When we talk in terms of consciousness, universal consciousness, there are two main ways that you understand or you can reach the source, or you can understand Brahman, or you can understand God. Because, as I have explained many times before, you cannot know the subject because you're trying to know the subject as an object. And the subject can never become an object. That's clear enough to understand, right? When we try to see anything through our mind, we can only see it in the form of an object. Because that is exactly how the mind works. Everything you see, everything you hear, everything you touch, everything you smell, everything you perceive is an object in your outer world, or is connected to an object in your outer world. So if you cannot understand the source, never approach it. You can only approach it but never really know it. Then how do you know that it's even there? Like maybe everything everyone is talking about is just all nonsense. What is all this awareness? What is all this God that everyone keeps talking about? And the masters say, and I only am repeating what I have learned from my readings and my understanding. There are two ways that you understand the source. One is through being, and one is through knowing. And that the only truth that there exists, the only truth of everything is that I am. Being. That sense of being. I am. No one can deny it. Through everything, you have that sense of being. Have you ever experienced a time when you felt, I am not? No. Even in moments when you were, you took a drink and you were drunk and you don't remember, you passed out, but you know that you had passed out. When you're in deep sleep, you know that you went fast asleep and you were in that period of darkness. Right? There's never a time that you can ever say, I am not. So being is one of the easiest ways to understand God. I am. Now the problem arises when you refer to something in your body, in your mind, as the I. You believe, and that is a false belief, because anything that lasts for a very short time or that comes and goes can never be real, because the I am feeling is not something that comes and goes. It doesn't start in the morning and end in the evening, or start at dinner time and end after dinner. Right? You have it right through, when you're eating, when you're sleeping, when you're waking, when you're up, when your eyes are closed, when your eyes are open, when you're in, when you're out. There is no condition where I am goes away. But the conditions in your body, they are temporary. Every thought that comes in comes and leaves. Every feeling that comes in comes and leaves. Even this body that you think that you are is not permanent. What you were as a 5-year-old child is not who you are today. You think that I am just this part above. Why don't you identify yourself with your right foot? Why are you using just this part of your body to identify you? Your right foot is also very unique. Nobody's right foot is like anybody else's right foot. Right? Yet we say, this is I am this face. This is my identity, this is who I am. But you're not that. You're not that. Because as soon as you've closed your eyes, that sensation of your face has gone away, that memory of what your face is like has gone away. So we're looking for something more permanent. What is the second part of that? I know. If you think about it, think about your life. There is nothing in anything other than the knowing of it. Right? Any experience you have, it's raining outside. What makes you think it's raining? I know it's raining. I can hear the sound. I can see water drops falling. I know it's happening. Any experience is the knowing of it. Whether you see it, whether you hear it. So there is where awareness comes in. I know and I am aware are sometimes used synonymously. Now, don't let language confuse you. Don't let language confuse you. All that words can do is point to the truth. And the only truth is your existence. I am. And if you always remember that I am, I alone exist. And you move that sense of I away from this form, this body, this mind, into the true nature of God, the true nature of awareness, the true nature of consciousness, whatever name you want to give it. That changes everything. What does the Western world tell us? The Western world tells us that there is this world, of form around us with trees and flowers and mountains and rivers and oceans and houses and cars. And there are 7 billion people here with individual consciousness. Right? They have their own little consciousness. So you have yours, I have mine, Radha has hers, Rajiv has his. We've all got these individual consciousness. But I'm asking you, I'm making a suggestion to kind of flip the whole thing. Close your eyes for a minute and imagine. Close your eyes. Imagine one consciousness and 7 billion worlds. That is each one of us. We all are part of the same consciousness, and we each create our world. That changes everything. That changes everything. It changes the way you think about things. It means that we are all supremely connected, absolutely connected, that everything happens in the same network. We are all AT&T. We are all Verizon Wireless. We're all connected, but we have our individual cell phones. And we have different pictures in our cell phone, different apps on each cell phone, but the network is the same. And while we're making phone calls, we're not thinking, oh, AT&T, AT&T. We're not doing that, right? But if it's not for AT&T, or whatever your network you're using, would you even be able to talk to anybody? It's the same. It's the same. We get very stuck in these little worlds that we think we've created. We are immense, we are tremendous, we are supreme, and we create these little worlds and we get stuck in it. Oh, I have this problem, I have that problem, I have this problem, I have a problem with my health, I have a problem with my mental health, I have a problem with my car's not working, my money is not there, my job is not there. What is that? We get so caught up in it. We make so many enemies. They think differently from the way we think. I will not talk to them. I have nothing to do with them. What meditation does is it just makes you're always aware. Don't mistake it. There is always this awareness inside you that I know. There is something that knows everything that you're doing. You just don't know that it knows, right? So what is meditation doing? It's making you aware of the aware of the awareness. That's all. That at that point of time, you say, aha, I'm thinking of a work problem. And you say, aha, I'm thinking of the mangoes that I need to take off the tree. Aha, I'm thinking why my child is not getting married. Aha, I'm thinking why my child is getting married. Whatever. Right? Those are moments, when you recognize thoughts coming up, that is awareness of awareness. You're aware that you're aware that this is happening. And it's a play on words. It keeps going on and on and on. And just that process of being aware allows connections with identity to break. Problems that you have, like, oh my God, things are not going well, I have to cook this thing. You're not supposed to be just worried about things. You're supposed to live your life effortlessly because you are the source. Now we forget that, right? We forget we are the source. We get very caught up in our little day-to-day. That is why it is important to create that awareness. That is why we meditate. Because during meditation, everything else quietens down. Everything else becomes silent. Only your continuous chain of thoughts are coming. And you'll be meditating and you're saying all this, and then it's like, oh God, tomorrow I have to get up at 7 a.m. in the morning. I have a meeting at this thing, I just wish. And then by the time the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth thought comes up, your neck is tensing up already because you're thinking about what is happening. Now before that happens, when that first thought strikes, you catch it. God, and I'm supposed to meditate. And it just evaporates like a bubble. It goes. If I tell you right now, what are you thinking of? You'll say nothing. Because as soon as you're aware, that is the power of awareness, is it takes you to nothing. Meaning no thing there. No specific thing. That is the nothing. And in that no thing is everything. That is the everything of life. When you are aware of the aware, nothing becomes everything. Nothing matters, yet everything is perfect as it is. And that is the beauty of meditation. That is the gift of meditation. It allows you to break your conditioning, to break your ties to your body, to your mind, to the way you look, to the way you think, to your feelings that come and go, to your perceptions, to your prejudices, your biases, all these things that have been put into our head. It brings it up. It shines a light on it. I don't know if I've confused you, Lalita, or if I've given any clarity. But if I have made you think, I would consider this a job well done. Om Namah Shivaya.